It is December 4th, 2018, and this is 6:30, and we have a quorum present, and so we will call the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is approval of the November 20th minutes. Commissioners, are there any comments or motion? Okay, motion by Karen. Second by Alvin. All those in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 3 is a public hearing for zoning and special use permits. We have one public hearing this evening, and that is for the consideration of a special use permit for an auto display sales, outdoor, and repair facility on approximately 8.09 acres, legally described as lots 7 and 8, Block A of the ARTX Park Addition, located on the west side of Mario Court cul-de-sac, approximately 1,300 feet south of South Valley Ridge Boulevard, and zoned heavy industrial district, as requested by Stephen Homeyer, Homeyer Engineering, Inc., on behalf of Robert O'Neill, Industrial Power Truck, the applicant.
Good evening, Commissioners. Industrial Power is a commercial truck dealership that currently has locations in Fort Worth and McKinney. The dealership represents Toyota trucks and wanted a location that is closer to the new Toyota headquarters. This will be a full-service dealership and will bring approximately 30 jobs to the area. The applicant is looking to locate this dealership in the ARTX Park at the end of the cul-de-sac here. This land is already platted and has utilities in place. This is one of the few remaining areas in Louisville that still has undeveloped heavy industrial zoned land. The site will feature a large 44,000 square foot building. This building will house an office near the front, close to Mario Court, and will also house a showroom, a shop, and a warehouse. Roughly 75% of the building will be the shop. The site features 2 large outside storage area and a large display area located on the north and south ends of the building. These areas are screened from view from Mario Court. The building features enhanced materials for the office portion of the site, which includes 100% masonry materials. The remainder of the site will primarily use a pre-finished metal material that resembles stucco. Metal is allowed as a building material for any building in the heavy industrial zone districts. Only a limited area of this site is adjacent to public right-of-way, so there was little opportunity for enhanced landscaping. The applicant is proposing to plant 6 trees, I believe. They're proposing to plant 1 more tree than is required along this public right-of-way. The applicant is also proposing to build a low-profile monument sign near the entrance of the site. There is 1 variance associated with this special use permit. That's to allow 147 parking spaces in lieu of the 217 required parking spaces. The applicant only sells trucks to businesses, so there's very little off-the-street traffic here. And if the site were to develop in the future, there's room for additional parking on the site. Staff has no objection to this variance. I wanted to make a note, there was a slight discrepancy in the advertisement that went on for this project. It was advertised as a 8.09 acre lot, but the plat shows this as an 8.07 acre lot. That has been corrected. Since the area advertised was larger than the legal description, there's no issues with the legal notification requirements. I also wanted to make a correction to my staff report. I noted that New Start Drilling was located in the ARTX Park Addition. This was incorrect. I meant to say that it was REW Material, which was located in this area. Is there any questions?
Have we received any calls regarding this case?
We have received no calls as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions? If not.
Thanks.
So I guess like any changes to the,
ahead.
any changes to the, like to the parking, like if, for future projects wouldn't be hampered, I guess, right? If,
I'm sorry.
not even just even if like another tenant was in there.
Sure, if another tenant wanted to go there, we'd have to look at what they were using the building for and what would be the required parking. If they needed to add additional parking, say they didn't need to use the outside storage area, they could use that already paved area. There's also land to the north, which is currently vacant. And if you look at the site development plan, looks like you could connect the existing parking and add additional parking there as well.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, I guess that goes along with the question I had of, where does the parking requirement come from? Is that from the city's ordinance?
It is from the ordinance, and it deals with the square foot and the use of each. So there's certain requirements for the office, different requirements for the warehouse, the shop, and the showroom. Each have different ratios of parking required.
Okay, but with this particular applicant, the way that they operate, they don't need that many parking spaces? Correct. Okay.
And they're still providing 147, I believe, parking spaces. Now, you can't use areas of the shop to count for that parking. So they're still providing more parking than they even feel is necessary for their site,
Right.
but still require variance.
Yeah, I was more talking about down the road. Like I said, even if another tenant came into the space, with anything that we do now, kind of prevent that from happening later.
No, since there's some area on the north area that could easily be converted.
Yeah.
Commissioners, any further questions? Nope. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
If the applicant wishes to speak before we open the public hearing, you're free to do so.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Commissioners. My name is Steve Holmeyer. I'm with Holmeyer Engineering. We're the civil engineer on this particular project. The only thing that we would like to potentially add to this particular presentation this evening is the fact that with construction costs the way they are coming in right now, my client is considering maybe phasing the project. We'll still build the same office area, and then the shop area may be reduced by a certain percentage in order to keep the building within budget. But other than that, the intent is to build the site as is shown on the site plan that's before you. So with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Well, that actually gives me a question for staff. Does that impact this SUP if they're going to phase it, or is that really more of a site plan issue?
They would need to show their phasing on the site plan. It really gets into the timing of what that phasing is. At some point, the SUP would expire, in which case they'd have to come back. If they were to build less of it with phase one and they want to come back and build the remainder, they might have to come back through the SUP process later on.
Okay, but it doesn't impact anything that we're looking at this evening.
Right, they're allowed to build a smaller version.
Okay.
As long as the primary operation and layout of the site stays the same. If they reduce it by 10 or 20%, that's just a reduction. And as Michelle said, if they do want to add that on later on in the future, they may have to come back and amend their SUP.
Okay. Okay. Commissioners, do we have any questions for the applicant?
All right.
No. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we will open the public hearing for agenda item 3A. Anyone wishing to speak on this item may come forward at this time. With no one coming forward, we'll close the public hearing for agenda item 3A. Commissioners, do we have any further discussion or a motion?
Motion to approve the special use permit.
Okay, we have a motion from Jim, and I think we have a second from William. Yeah, all those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners. A second public hearing will be held by the City Council on January 7th, 2019 for a final decision.
Okay, thank you. And with that, the final item on the agenda is adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion by John, second by Jim. All those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.